Mabel and me, best of friends. One day, Mabel and me are taking a stroll down a strolly street, when I say, "You know, Mabel, you really are my bestest friend." But then Mabel asks a hugely harrowing and diabolically difficult question. Mabel asks, "Why?" Well, you could have knocked me down with a feather boa. My little mousy brain goes totally blank. I cannot think of a single reason why Mabel should be my bestest friend, but luckily, just then, we are interrupted and somebody says, hello, my chummy chums. I am a famous French photographer. May I take a picture of you and your strange little creature thing?" I look at Mabel, and I feel my nose start to twitch and tremble. Then I say, "Hey, Monsieur famous French photographer, mind your mannerisms. How dare you refer to Mabel as a strange little creature thing? Can't you see she's just as tall as me and only slightly strange?" Then I grab hold of Mabel's hand. "Come on, Mabel," I say, "let's go and have our picture taken by a famous French photo booth instead." Which is exactly what we do. But just as we sit on the seat, and before the famous French photo booth has even had a chance to flash, click, chugga, 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 voila, your pictures, somebody says, "Look at those perfectly pointy toes." And surprise, surprise, it's Signora Prima Ballerina. She says, "My dear, I can tell just by looking at you, you'll make the most extraordinary dancer. You must join my ballet class mucho pronto. Then we can dance on tiptoe all day." Mabel and me nod and smile and raise our arms in a perfectly graceful arc. But Signora Prima Ballerina shakes her head. "No, I didn't mean both of you," she says. "Besides, your friend has such scrawny, hairy rodent legs, not dancer's legs at all." Well, I cannot believe my furry ears, and for at least a moment I am totally lost for words. In fact, I am so very cross that I cannot even address Signora Prima Ballerina in a polite manner. So I count to 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Then, when I have suitably composed myself, I say, "Hey, you in the tutu. I would very much prefer it if you didn't refer to Mabel's legs as scrawny, hairy rodent legs, although it's true they are slightly hairy. For that reason alone, I cannot accept your mucho pronto dance all day on tiptoe ballet class offer. Besides, you know Mabel and me only ever dance together. We are particularly fond of boombox street dancing, but we are also partial to tap and dance. So alas, we must bid you farewell. Au revoir. See you later, alligator." And Mabel and me dance down the strolly streets in a boombox tap and jazz kind of way, whilst passers-by whoop and cheer and throw their hats off in utter delight. But the very first moment we get around the corner, I take Mabel by the hand and tell her I'm sorry that she had to hear those terrible things about herself. I say, "That Monsieur famous French photographer and Signora Prima Ballerina are just plain rude, and if I were her, I would forget all about them." But Mabel says I've got it all wrong. Mabel says that their awful comments were aimed at me. Well, I take a deep breath. I feel my fur start to bristle. "Mabel," I say, "are you seriously suggesting that people think of me as a strange little creature thing with scrawny, hairy rodent legs?" And can you believe it? Mabel says, yes. But then finally and thankfully, I remember one of the reasons why Mabel is my bestest friend. And I say, oh, Mabel, you are my bestest friend because you always say the craziest things. Then Mabel and me laugh long and hard the way that best friends always do. The end.